Another video for you with new stories from Somalia, Ethiopia and Eritrea. Firstly, new Somali Prime Minister was selected today. Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud has selected the new Prime Minister. 21st Prime Minister of Somalia has been selected. Who is this person? Does the selection of this Prime Minister indicate that Kenya is going to have more influence in Somalia now, while Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud is the president of Somalia? Secondly, we have two new stories from the Amhara region of Ethiopia. We have updates for you on the detention of Meskera Abera and former deputy head of Amhara Special Force Bisek Getahun, who was arrested in Voldia last month. Thirdly, Oromia viewers, government has released some civilians who were accused of having links with Oromo Liberation Army. We have a picture for you. And secondly, OLA fighters have been seen in control of a road which links Western Oromia with Addis Ababa, Ethiopian capital. We have a clip for you. And lastly, very important news story. Eritrean government is making preparations in border areas against a TDF's attack on Eritrea. We have information which we have received from the areas close to Tigray Eritrea border. It seems that Eritrea is fully convinced that an attack on Eritrea from Tigray is imminent. That is why perhaps these defensive preparations are underway. We'll try to analyze these defensive preparations. Firstly, we were Somalia. Last month, Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud was elected as the new president of Somalia. Since then, people have been waiting for the announcement of new Prime Minister. Roble has been replaced and new Prime Minister has been selected by the President Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud. Who is this new Prime Minister, 21st Prime Minister of Somalia? His name is Hamza Abdi Barre. You can see him on your screen. He is Hamza Abdi Barre, Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud's choice for the new Prime Minister of Somalia. Who is he? Firstly, Hamza is very close to Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud. In 2011, Hamza and Hassan Sheikh entered politics, Somali politics. Before 2011, they were friends. They were close associates, you can say. And they worked in education sector of Mogadishu before 2011. Then they entered politics, and since then both have been very close, firstly. And he is from the same party which is being led by Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud. Secondly, he is a member of parliament as well, an MP, and his constituency is from Jubaland. So basically, you can say that he was elected from Jubaland as member of parliament. So now we have a Prime Minister in Somalia who is from Jubaland. And we know that Jubaland President Ahmed Madobe and former President Abdullah Farmajo, they remained in disagreements throughout the tenure of Abdullah Farmajo. And Abdullah Farmajo back then accused Kenya of interfering in Jubaland, of backing Madobe, Jubaland president. Now you see that we have a Prime Minister who is from Jubaland. Is he a Kenyan passport holder? Some say that Hamza Abdi has a Kenyan passport as well. And we know that Kenya has its influence in Jubaland. And now we have a PM from Jubaland. It means that Kenya now will have some influence in Somalia, which it did not have when Abdullah Farmajo was in power. Back then, Kenya-Somalia relations remained very strained. Now, suddenly, Kenya seems to be a key player in Somalia's internal politics. Let's see. Will this influence be positive or otherwise? That remains to be seen. But Hamza Abdi Barre from Jubaland is the new Prime Minister of Somalia. Secondly, viewers, two new stories from the Amhara region of Ethiopia. Firstly, Meskera Abera, a teacher, an analyst, a YouTube channel owner, has been in prison since last month. She was charged with inciting violence. Then Federal First Instance Court granted her bail, but the police filed an appeal and Supreme Court rejected the appeal. Now reportedly a few hours ago, Meskera Abera was released from prison. There were fears that she could be arrested after her release. So far, she has not been arrested. She is out of prison. She has joined her family. Meskera Abera was arrested at Bole airport of Addis Ababa last month. Now she is out of prison. She was granted bail for 30,000 Ethiopian birrs. Secondly, viewers, Bisek Getahun is former deputy commander of Amhara Special Force. When Tafira Mamu was heading Amhara Special Force, Bisek Getahun was his deputy. And both were very close. Then we saw that, and when TDF was in Amharian last year, the two led Amhara Special Force. Then we saw that after the retreat of Tigray Defense Force, Tafira Mamu was fired from Amhara Special Force, and his deputy was also fired, Bisek Getahun. And last month he was arrested in Voldia. I think after the arrest of Tafira Mamu, Bisek was also arrested. Reportedly, today Bisek Getahun was released from prison. He was not taken to any court. We did not see him appear at any court. But he has been released. It has been confirmed. His boss, Tafira Mamu, was also released, though he was released by a court order. But Bisek Getahun remained in custody without any formal arrest. Now he is out of prison. It has been confirmed that he has joined his family. Now there's Oromia, two news stories from Oromia. Firstly, Oromia regional government has released some civilians who were in prison. It was said that they had sympathies for OLA, they were OLA supporters, and they were in prison in Vashava zone of Oromia. Around 385 have been released from prison. You can see pictures on your screen. One picture. The picture is from Vashava, and here reportedly these released individuals were charged with having links with Oromo Liberation Army, but a few hours ago they were released from prison. Secondly, we have a clip for you showing Oromo Liberation Army in control of a road which links Western Oromia with Addis Ababa, Ethiopian capital. We know that in Western Oromia, OLA has launched a new offensive in Kalam, Valaga, and in West Valaga, Oromo Liberation Army has launched a renewed offensive on security forces. Some claims are being made by OLA that OLA has killed and captured hundreds of soldiers. We'll update you in coming videos about these claims, but what we have confirmed now is that OLA fighters have been seen in control of a road which links western Oromia with Addis Ababa, Ethiopian capital. Watch this clip, then the next news story.
Sila mereka ini mah dah.
Lastly, views, Tigray, Eritrea tensions, no signs of any de-escalation. Tigray says that Eritrea is planning another invasion of Tigray, that it has attacked Tigray in recent weeks. Eritrea says that Tigray People Liberation Front is a threat to Eritrean national security, and that Tigray attack on Eritrea is imminent. Now, we have learned that Eritrean Defense Force is making defensive preparations in border areas in case of an attack from Tigray on Eritrea. Civilians are being armed. Reportedly, Sirona, or I think if T is silent or not, is a village on Eritrea-Tigray border, and this place was the scene of fighting in the past as well, when Ethiopia and Eritrea fought. And here civilians are being armed. Reportedly, Eritrean Defense Force is distributing arms and ammunition to civilians. All Eritreans are trained militarily. They receive military training, so they know how to operate weapons, how to operate guns. And Eritrea, Tigray is a long border. So not only is deployment of Eritrean Defense Force being made in border areas, but civilians are being armed to in the areas close to the border. We have a picture for you. It is from a place close to Sirona, and here reportedly civilians are being armed. And secondly, reportedly orders have been passed by Eritrean government that reservists have been told to be on high alert. They have been prohibited from leaving the country. Reservists, even over 65, they have been told to be available. And Eritrean Defense Force is on high alert. Interestingly, some diplomats on condition of anonymity said a few days ago that Tigray was planning to attack Eritrea. When will this happen? It's not clear. But it is being said by some diplomats that Tigray's attack, if it happened, will not be on Amhara or on Afar. Tigray will try to attack Eritrea if it could. And secondly, Western Tigray, Hamza Volga is Sakade. So that is why. And we know that a few days ago, Eritrean Information Ministry released a statement. In that statement, Eritrean government clearly said that there were preparations in Tigray for another round of fighting, and Tigray was planning an offensive on Eritrea. Tigray, on the other hand, says that it will not let even an inch of its territory to remain under the control of invading forces. And Tigray released a statement in this regard as well. And the statement reportedly addressed Eritrea, not Amhara or Ethiopian governments. But Tigray is not stepping back from its position about Tigray-Eritrea border areas, though in 2002, I think, a boundary commission, International Boundary Commission, ruled in favor of Eritrea. Despite the ruling, Tigray remained in control of Badme. Badme has been retaken by Eritrean forces, but Tigray still says that Eritrea is in control of some territories which are part of Tigray. It means that tensions are still there, no de-escalation, no engagement between Tigray and Eritrea. Talks around the corner between Tigray and Ethiopian government, not between Tigray and Eritrea. So that is why Eritrean military is making defensive preparations in border areas. Thank you for watching.